Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Neva and this is my cozy corner of the internet, and we're here for our weekly whip and chat. So today this is going to look a little bit different than our kit up and chat did because I kit up a different kit in the last video, which was Damaged by Enes Guerrera. This kit was the second kit that I ordered in that same order from Diamond Art Club, and this is Makeup Routine by Mrs. Butter D. So let me show you the full kit. This is what the kit looks like, and we are on this section here, like where her hair is. So that's what we're going to be working on. I did kit this one up on a whim. I kit this one up. So today, when I'm filming this, is Tuesday, and I kit this up on Saturday, I believe, Saturday evening, like before I had sprints, I kit this up. So this is just to kind of break up all the dark colors because this one's very pastel colored. But the section we're going to be working on is right here, this section here. We've already pulled out a color to start with, and yeah, we're just going to do that. So I'm going to zoom y'all in. Oh, also, I'll explain what all this is in a second. So I'll zoom you in. Here we go. So we're going to be working on this section here. Hopefully you can see the whole section. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, because that's the plastic. None of my materials, as far as like tray and stuff, has changed. So I'm not going to go over all of that. I'm just using my Bijou Bliss tray here and my usual pen here. Eventually, I will have new things to show y'all, but not today. So hello, welcome to this whip and chat. If you don't know what a whip and chat is, WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. This one is mine, and it is Makeup Routine by Mrs. Butter D. And chat just stands for chat. So we're going to chat for about an hour or so, probably a little bit less than an hour today, because I do have to go get Ari off of the bus, and I had other things I had to film today, so I'm a little bit on a time crunch, which I'm not usually. But we just talk about all things, okay? So I usually do this in a little bit of, I've had a few new people join, so welcome. We love to have friends here on this channel, and because of that, I'm going to just explain my way of doing whip and chats. I usually start with a life update, if there is anything in my personal life to update you on. Then we talk about any of my cozy hobbies. So we do like a diamond painting update. We talk about what I've been diamond painting and things like that, what I've been reading, watching, listening to, and then that's usually the end. So hopefully that's good for everyone. But yeah, so welcome. We're going to start. Let me start my timer because I am actually timing how long, like how many hours in a day I diamond paint. So I want to have that stopwatch going, and we will get started. How are y'all? I didn't ask that question. I hope you're well. And if you're not, I hope that everything gets better very soon. 2026, honestly, has been a little bit of a doozy so far, and we're only at the beginning. Okay, so I'm kind of hoping that it will even itself out, that maybe we just hit a little bit of turbulence as we got off the tarmac, you know? Okay, so let's think here. A life update. My life update is mostly about my health. I have had a lot of flare-ups in the last week. So if you're new here and you don't know, I have chronic pain and I have chronic migraines and headaches. So I do not have a consistent migraine most of the time, but I do have a chronic headache. I've had chronic headaches for, I don't know, the last probably 10 years, but they got bad. They've gotten really bad in the last like 4 years. They actually started to get really bad in 2023. Well, the very beginning of 2023, so, or the end of 2022, it was something like that. I had woken up one day in what I thought was the middle of the night. It was actually like 5 o'clock in the morning, and my head hurt so badly, I could not open my eyes. It was the worst migraine I'd ever had in my life, and it actually I actually thought that someone had broken into our house and like beat me over the back of the head. I ended up calling my partner at the time because he was in a different room. This was when we lived in Indiana. So for anyone that's new here, when I lived in Indiana, I was in a polyamorous relationship, and I'm not really going to explain all that. I talk about it in other whipping chats and things. I've always been very open about it. If you have questions, you can ask them. But I don't share their names on the internet for their own privacy and because they've asked me not to. But anyway, during that time, it was an off day for me, so I was in my room on my own. I ended up having to call my partner from the bathroom to have him bring me headache medicine. Nothing was working. And yeah, it was pretty scary for me, but also for him because he ended up having to like call to work that day so he could stay home with Ari. It was like a whole thing. So, after that, my migraines got worse and more frequent. So, I've been working with a chronic pain doctor for the last year and a half, trying to figure out exactly what is going on. But when you have chronic pain, there isn't always a lot of answers. Sometimes it just is what it is. So let me just see if I can straighten you out. You're kind of crooked. There, that's better. So I've had a lot of flare-ups. I know what it's from, okay? And I'm not really going to go into what the flare-ups are from, other than I'll tell you that it's stress-related. My chronic pain gets really bad if I'm under stress. And so I have been trying to find peace in everyday life because that is what keeps the flare-ups at bay, but they get worse. And honestly, I can keep peace most of the time, day to day. It is other factors around me that make it that like I don't have control over, that make life stressful, that will also cause flare-ups. So that's the biggest issue, or outside factors right now. And so trying to work on that and figure out what exactly I can do to alleviate those things. Yeah, because it's to a point where the flare, like I'm having more bad days than I am good days, and I've got to get that under control. The kids did not have school yesterday, so I'm filming this on Tuesday, but you're going to see it Wednesday evening. But the kids did not have school yesterday, which would have been Monday because it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So they were home. So I got some work done yesterday, but not what I would usually get done on a Monday. So usually Mondays are a film day for me. But because the kids were home, I didn't get any filming done. I do not film while the children are home. It just is, okay, that's not true. I don't film when the children are home on a random day. So that means like school holidays that are only like one day. So like Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I don't usually film. I usually will just move my filming around. Obviously, like spring break, which is usually about a week, and then summer break, which is a few months, winter break, those are different. I have to kind of just make my schedule work the way that it's going to work. And so sometimes the filming is a bit more sporadic, and actually usually what happens is I do batch filming during those times. I don't really love, oh no, why did these all slide like that? Anyway, I do not love to batch film. I prefer to film over a few days and edit as I can. Batch filming can be very overwhelming for me because it is exactly what it sounds like. I'm filming like, usually if I batch film, I film 3 to 5 videos in one sitting, but then that means that I have to then pull all of, oh, she moved again, sorry friends, but then that means that I have to pull all the footage, and I have to go in and then edit everything and get everything sorted and then remember what needs to be edited. I need to actually get a new external hard drive, because then my 2026 stuff can go on a single hard drive, and I'll remember better what I'm supposed to be filming. I do write down everything. I don't know how this keeps moving. I'm so sorry, friends. I do write down like what needs to be filmed, what needs to be edited for that week. But I think it would be better if I had a hard drive for 2026 stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be a thing that I'm going to try to do in the next like month or so, is to get a brand new hard drive, and yeah, do it that way. So, okay, I think that's really all I have as far as like life updatey stuff. I don't really have a lot going on, honestly. It's kind of a weird time of the year because it's like the very beginning of the year, so I don't have a ton happening. I'm just trying to like, kind of get my footing back into like, you know, after break and everything, because while I do YouTube full time, so that means I work from home, I do tend to take, because I have the freedom to do so, I do tend to take a little bit of time off while the kids are home on break, because otherwise my sanity, there wouldn't be any. If I was trying to like make myself really work while they're home, it would kind of drive me insane. I'll be real. So let me think what else. We can move on, I guess, to a diamond painting update. So, diamond painting. I obviously kitted up this kit, which, I'm going to use my smaller tray, I think. Which is Makeup Routine. I love this kit. I think that it's so cute. But I decided to kit this one up on Saturday, just kind of on a whim, because I didn't really want to continue working on all the dark colors of Damaged. Now, I do like that kit. I think it's a wonderful kit. It's super cute. And I do like the dark colors. But I was like, I wonder if I could kit up this other kit and do it that way. So there are 2 different vlogs coming out. There are 2 different diamond painting vlogs. One will have this kit in it from start to finish, and the other will have Damaged in it from start to finish. And I talk like stats in those videos. So I talk about like how long everything has taken me to film, and I talk about, or not to film, to diamond paint. So like I talk about like the hours I put in, over how many days, all of that. So that is what I do with that. And I only put in the dates that I actually worked on each kit. So like, you'll be able to see that, like, I skipped days, I guess. I don't know yet if I'm actually going to show, like, which days I worked on which kit, or if I'm just going to say, like, started on this day, finished it on this day, type thing. Yeah. I do find that I don't think I'm a super fast diamond painter anymore. When I first started diamond painting, I was really fast at it. Oh no, what is going on? I'm having some issues with this glue. This glue is slippery, and I don't know why that is. I love Diamond Art Club, but this is like an issue that I've had with the last few canvases, is how slippery the glue is. So like, I'll lay the diamonds down and then they move around. Anyway, what was I saying? I find that I'm not a super fast diamond painter. I don't think, anyway. I just have a lot of time to diamond paint because I'm at home and I'm working. So, like, if I'm listening to an audiobook, I diamond paint. If I'm watching a show, I diamond paint. If I'm editing a video, I'm diamond painting. So, like, I kind of just slot diamond painting into my daily life. And I do other things as well, which we'll talk about in a minute. But those are the 2 that I'm working on diamond painting wise. I do still have Batman kitted up. I'm thinking about kitting him down and putting him back in his box, just so he's not taking up storage containers. not because I don't like working on him, but because he's going to be a very slow piece for me because of how much black there is. I just am not finding, if I have other things to work on, I don't pull him out. So I think that it might be better for me if I just put him away and maybe deal with that when I need to deal with that, you know? I wonder if, because I think this is all the way up, but I wonder if I change the, right, this one is, okay, I'm so sorry. This is going to change. No, that's not better lighting at all, is it? Okay, we'll just keep it with the warm light. So I always use the warm light, but I just wanted to see if maybe if I used a different light, if it would help. The blue doesn't help at all. I don't know what that blue light is for. So anyways, as I was saying, yeah, that's kind of it for dime painting. I am still doing my dime painting bingo, but because I literally made it a challenge for myself, I made it so that I can't count anything until it's completed. So yeah, I got that question actually in my DMs after I filmed the WIP and chat where I talked, or the kid up chat, I don't remember which one it was, but where I talked about dime painting bingo. I made it so that my dime painting bingo says that I must have completed the kits. I cannot just go in and like be like, oh, this kit fits, so it counts. No. I actually made it so that I have to have completed it. So this kit has no 310. This kit also has no ABs. So it would count for both of those squares, but I'm trying to see if maybe I can do it without doubling up. So I have to pick one or the other once this kit is completed. Now, Ari was like, you should just count Christmas Candy Shop as one with no 310. But the issue with that is that I started Christmas Candy Shop in December and got her done in January. I will talk about her. I've done a post review. I think, yeah, I did a post review on her, but I will talk about her again in my month in review at the end of January, and that'll go up sometime probably after the 1st of February. I'm not counting that one as a no 310 because I did not start it after 2026. I started it, like I said, I think it was like December 15th, and then I got done with it January 7th, I think. It took me well over a month to do, which is fine. But because of that, I don't want to count it as a no 310 kit. So this one would count for no 310 or no ABs. And that's it. And then my damage kit will only count for one of the dark art kits. But I actually put that I have to complete them. So I have completed kit with no 310, complete a kit with no ABs, complete 3 Disney kits, complete 3 Hannah Lynn kits, complete 3 Randall Spangler kits, complete 3 dark art kits, complete all pre-2026 WIPs, and buy from 3 new to me shops, and buy from 3 new to me small shops. So the difference in there, I couldn't fit this in there, okay? But the difference is that the small shops are like accessories, so pens, trays, storage systems, whatever, but accessories. And then the actual shops, when I say 3 new to me shops, I mean like diamond painting shops. So like places that sell diamond paintings. So this would include like large shops, you know, big businesses like Dreamer Designs. It would also count like small shops if I like buy like a Distracted by Diamonds or something off of Etsy. That would count as a small shop or as a diamond painting shop. So for me, the way I'm going to differentiate it is if I buy from a small shop, then it has to be accessories. And if I buy from a diamond painting shop, it has to be regular diamond. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, that's how I'm differentiating. So if I buy something, well, I've already bought from Patty Wax technically, but we'll just use that as an example because Patty Wax is the wax side of their shop, right? Their wax, I don't think they do putty. I think they only do wax. But technically I've bought from them, but I have not bought any kits from their diamond painting part of their business, which is Distracted by Diamonds. So I could count Distracted by Diamonds. If I bought a Distracted by Diamonds kit this year, I could count that as a new to me small shop, but I wouldn't be able to count Patty Wax because I have a few Patty Wax bricks that I bought in like 2023, I think. But I have a few small shops that I want to purchase from that do like storage and stuff. I don't know. There's one shop that does like sets. They do sets of like trays, pens, where you can literally buy the entire set. So I think you get like a tray, or you pick of a tray, a trinket tray, or okay, this is gonna sound terrible. It reminds me of like a rolling tray, but it's supposed to be like an accessory tray to put everything on. You can pick a pen. Like basically you can buy a set for around $60, and I do want to try them because I've heard that their pens are really nice to use and they're extremely lightweight. Now I love my Pen Pal, Diamond Pen Pal pins, which is like what I'm using right now. I love them because they have this roll stop and they're very thick pens. I do have hand weakness. It's part of my chronic pain. And so because of that, I need something that is a larger pen. But sometimes I do find that the acrylic pens, which is what this is, are a little bit heavy. And I believe this company that I found, who has been a sponsor for Drills and Chills, I think they were also a sponsor for Jingle Drills, and they're a sponsor for Pink and Black 2026. They, I believe, do 3D printed pens, which is a very interesting concept to me. But they're very lightweight, and I've seen them, and I think that they're super cute. They have a set that is like pink and black. It's like a Halloween set, but it's like skulls and stuff, and I really want that one. So, and I believe that whole set was like $55, and you got to pick a pen, you get a tray, you get the little trinket tray thing to put all your stuff on, and then I think you got maybe a cover minder or something, which I like cover minders. I do need to figure out a way to store my cover minders. So if I have any diamond painters watching that have like just a ton of cover minders and you have an idea of how to store them, that would be awesome. I see people with like cover minder boards, but I don't know what they're using for those. And when I try to like look for YouTube videos, I can never find them. So I don't know if maybe I need to go look like on TikTok. I might go look on TikTok and see if I can find anywhere where someone's like talking about how they made like a cover minder board. But at this point, like I have enough cover minders because I get them a lot of times in like my Bijou Bliss packages. Jeremy and Christina tend to send like themed ones. Like I have one that's like winter themed, and I have another one from when I ordered my Drills and Chills tray that is like a jack-o'-lantern, like it's Halloween themed, and they're really cute, and I do use them, or Ari uses them, because they're really small, so I actually use them a lot as travel minders. And I would like to buy more minders, but I don't want to have to find somewhere to put them. And ones that are bigger like this this is my cover minder I'm using right now. This is our channel cover minder, so cute. You can get it at Pure Bliss Wax Co. on Etsy. There is a link down below in every video of this and the putty that we have. So it is still under the Reading Leneva branding. I need to have her change it, but this is ours. So cute. But these bigger ones will stick together. The backs of them will. So I need to find something, because I really do love minders. I think minders are so cute. And I would like to collect more of them, honestly, especially from places like Pure Bliss Wax Co., because I love Coraline's, what am I trying to think of? I love Coraline's putty. Her putty works really well for me. It is a softer putty, so it works really well for me in the winter where I live. And then I usually use Randa's putty in the summer, because Randa's putty is a harder putty, and so it doesn't get as soft. Pure Bliss Wax Co. I think will get too soft when it's summertime here. Even if I put it in the fridge, I think it will end up getting soft in the pen. But I will store it in the fridge. Like in the summertime, I'll put it inside of like a Ziploc bag. You put it inside of a Ziploc bag, inside of this bag. So this is the bag it comes in, and then you put this inside of Ziplocs or airtight containers. I'm probably going to actually buy some small airtight containers and put all my putties in there that I think will get soft. Because I have a couple other shops where I don't use their putty as much, but I also want to try some new putties this year. I really love putty in my multi-placer. I don't use wax in my single placer. I use Snap Dots, which are just scented glue dots, but they have been my favorite thing to use in my single placer. I'm not a huge wax person. I find that any wax I've ever used leaves residue on my drills. So I'm going to have to fill this a little bit more. So I do not use wax at all. I prefer my Snap Dots, and then I use putty in my multi-placer. So let me know what y'all use, or if there's something I should try. I do need to order some more Snap Dots because I'm actually almost out. So I am going to have to do that here in the next week or so. Simply because if I don't, I will run out. And if I run out, I have wax that I can use. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I always have like backup stuff. I'm going to have to put a little more putty in this multi-placer. I always have backup to use. So this is our putty. Obviously half it's like gone at this point. I've had this for a few months. Yeah, because I think we did this in November. So it lasts a long time, but this is a bow. So when I did first get it, I did do an unboxing and I showed y'all. But this is our channel specific putty. So you can order this. And then I do make a little bit of a commission. So I do want to say that. I'm going to have to order another one of these because I really love this putty. I love it. Really love it. And I am a hard presser, just so everyone's aware, because people have asked me that, because this is a softer putty. I am a hard presser, but I don't find that the putty runs out or anything faster. I will say that I didn't fill my pen enough yesterday when I filled it, when I refilled it. So that's my bad. That has nothing to do with the putty. That has to do with me. Because you really need to be like pressing your putty in to fill the well, and then like kind of overfill it almost, and then clean off the edges. And I didn't do that part. I was lazy yesterday because I just wanted to get back to diamond painting. So see, this is what I mean. Like, I don't understand why this glue is so slippery. Anyways, but yeah, if there are any small shops, whether they're like Etsy shops where they sell accessories, or other diamond painting shops like that sell actual diamond paintings, let me know, because I really would love to buy from them. I am going to be buying from Dreamer Designs. I already have 4 kits picked out from them because I have a buy one get one half off coupon code. So I'm going to get 2 at full price and then 2 half off, and that will hit the free shipping threshold, and it still keeps me under like $150. So we're going to do that in my next order. I'm going to order from them. I don't know how long it takes to get their overseas kits, and that's where I am purchasing from is their overseas collection, because they just didn't really have a lot that were American, like the American collection, or the, what is it, US based collection, that was like ready to ship. They didn't really have a lot that I wanted. And I will say with the overseas collection, you get to pick your drill type. So I believe I picked 1 square and 3 round, because the one image that I picked, I thought looked better in the rendering photos as a square. And then the rest of them I got as rounds, just because when I do new companies, I tend to just try to round out first. And then there's a couple other shops that I want to order from that do diamond paintings. One I know is a small shop. No, 2 I know is a small shop. So Fallon Gems, she's a small shop, but she does a lot of like mental health awareness kits, and I just think that that's so cool. And then the other one is Beach City something. I can't remember what it's called. I don't have it pulled up right now. But it's like Beach City Studios or something like that. I heard about it on someone else's channel it's escaping me. If I think of it, I'll link her down below, who told me, or who I heard about it from. But I went and I looked when she was talking about it, because she had, I guess, ordered 1 kit, and then they had gifted her another one, which is awesome. And so she was like, yeah, I picked this one and I bought this one, and then they gifted me this one. And she was talking about that, and the person, the shop owner, is also an artist, so a lot of her artwork is in there. So the one that I found that I really wanted is a Harley Quinn like fan art, and it's not by the owner, but the owner did like a bunch of Alice in Wonderland. Wow, sorry about that. Did a bunch of Alice in Wonderland kits, and I want some of those. So I'm going to order from there, but hers is fully customizable. So you pick the canvas size, and that's what you're paying based off of. So you pick canvas size, you can pick your drill type, you can pick your specials. So you can have no specials, you can have just ABs, you can have ABs and dust drills, you have ABs and glitter drills, I think. But there's like a bunch of different ways that you can pick. You pick your own drill type, you pick your size, and basically what you're paying for is the size of the canvas. So the Harley Quinn one, I got like at the biggest size, which I think was like a 70 by 70 or something, centimeters, and it was like $110, but 70 by 70 is pretty big, because this one that I'm working on right now is a 55, 0.6 by 78.7. So it would be actually bigger than this one. 70 by 70, I think, was the one I looked at, and I was like, I definitely want to get this, because it's Harley Quinn, and I love Harley Quinn. But I looked at both render types, and it definitely looks sharper because of the details, like in her face. It definitely looks sharper as a square drill kit. So I'm going to order that one, and then I'll probably pick a kit that will look okay as a round, just so I can try both. But she does pretty large canvases. I'm not really intimidated by large canvases. I do know that Harley Quinn one is going to take me a grip. Like, once I get it and I get it kitted up, because I'm not very fast with squares still. I don't mind squares at this point, but I'm definitely way slower with squares. Like, the amount that I've gotten done of these 2 diamond paintings that I'm currently working on would have taken me twice as long if I was doing them in a square diamond painting. So I guess keep that in mind. I'm never going to be one that's like, squares are so fast for me, because they're not. I know people that do really fast with squares. My overall goal for completions in 2026 is 12, which would be a kit a month. And I don't know if I'll hit that. I only did 7 last year, but I also was just working through my stash. I wasn't like buying anything new. And I ended the year doing just a bunch of square kits, which I am going to try not to do that again because that wasn't super fun for me. I do prefer, if I'm going to have a square, that I have at least a round to fall back on occasion, like, you know, even if I don't work on the round a lot, like at least I have either a couple of small rounds or a big round to fall back on that might take me a while, you know. So I do need to, that's kind of my goal for the year, is to replenish my library of diamond paintings. I'm not calling it a stash, I'm calling it a library, because in my opinion, I don't have a stash. I never really have, because none of the diamond paintings that I've ever had have been ones that I didn't want to do. Because if they were ones that I didn't at least at some point want to do, sometimes my opinion of it can change, like once I start doing the diamond painting, like if it's not a great experience working on it or whatever. But when I get them, or they're gifted to me and given to me, and I open them and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're diamond paintings that I've wanted to complete, right? So if they weren't, then either one, I wouldn't have bought them. Or two, even if they were gifted to me, I would have destashed them. Because I'm not going to hold on. It's like books, right? I'm not going to hold on to diamond paintings that I don't want to do, because at the end of the day, like, there's not really a point in me having diamond paintings, like a diamond painting collection or a diamond painting library, like a library of diamond paintings that will outlive me. There's no point. Because while Ari likes to diamond paint now, she may not as an adult, you know? And I just don't feel like people want to inherit my diamond paintings. Now, obviously, like my accessories and stuff, you could get rid of those. You know, you could sell them. And I'm sure that like diamond painting will be a hobby that is here for years to come. So like in the future, you could, you know, get rid of the accessories. I'm not really that worried about like that fussed about accessories, but like the actual diamond paintings themselves, I just don't feel like anyone's gonna want them, you know, at the end of my life. So yeah, I'm not really one. And I do understand like the sentiment, similar to like books, right? The collecting and the actual reading of the books are two different things. It's the same with diamond painting, I think, for some people, where the collecting of diamond paintings and like actually completing the diamond paintings are different. I'm just not a person, and I'm not judging anyone who is like this. I watch plenty of diamond painters that on YouTube that have 200 or 300 diamond paintings in their stash. I just don't want to be that person. I would not, honestly, I would like to have, and I've kind of gone back and forth on this number. I said before that I only want to have like 20 at a time. I think that's a little low, just because I do eventually want to be able to just kind of shop my stash, but I definitely think that I want less than 100 in my stash at a time, or in my library at a time. I think like 50 is like a good number, because that allows me, if half of them, so if 25 were square and 25 were round, that gives me the option to do one square per round. So like to basically have one square kit kitted up per round kit. So I could have a square and a round, always kitted up. Just keeps moving. I'm sorry, friends. And it would also allow for me to shop my stash, shop my own shelves, right? Like we do with books, where we kind of will shop our shelves for readathons or whatever. So it would give me enough. What is going on? Okay. It would give me enough option that I could maybe like pull a Christmas kit or pull a Halloween kit for Drills and Chills without having to necessarily be like, oh my gosh, I have to buy something. So like in 2025, I did have a Drills and Chills kit. I actually had two. I worked on Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And but my completion for that was Not Your Alice. So I did have those already in my collection, in my library. But then when Jingle Drills came, I had to buy kits for Jingle Drills. And then I also had to buy kits for Pink and Black. So, which pink and black was a little bit harder. Pink and black is kind of more niched than like jingle drills or drills and drills are, because you need to have something that is 50% pink, 50% black, a good mixture of both, or something like that. So like this one would work because there's a lot of pink and pastel, plus it's cute. So like Kristen would probably do this kit. And then my other one, which is damaged, it is basically 50% pink and 50% black, but I also think that either Kristen or Mushy would work on it. I got it because I was like, oh, this is like the perfect thing. And then I got this one because it restocked. And I had wanted this one so badly. Like so badly. And so when it restocked at the same time that I was able to grab Damage, which was on its final edition, I was like, okay, cool. That's my sign. Like, I'll just grab it. And I am not... Some people are also like artist collectors for diamond painting, where they have to buy like all of the Mrs. Butter D or all of the Randall Spangler. I'm not really that person. I do want to collect as many Randall Spanglers as possible because I love Randall Spangler. I would love to have more Mrs. Butter D in my stash if possible, but I'm not going to be going to like D stashes or anything like that. I would like to have as many Enes Guerrera diamond paintings as I can as well. But I'm not going to like go to a D stash to try to find these kits. I'm just not going to do that. A lot of times they want to nickel and dime you in D stashes, and they want to sell things for like 2 or 3 times. Like literally some of the Mrs. Butter D kits in a D stash or on eBay or whatever that are discontinued will go for like $200 or $300. And I'm like, I'm not paying that on a kit that costs less than $80, like brand new out of the box, like from Diamond Art Club. Like, I'm not going to do that. So I just collect things as I can that I like, and if I find artists that I like, I just make a note of it. And if I find more about that artist, usually what I do is I will find an artist that I like. I will see who they are licensed through, because some of them are licensed through more than one art or more than one shop. And then I will kind of make a note of like, okay, I really like this artist, so I will keep looking for this artist. And I will usually, like, so if it's a Diamond Art Club artist like Enes Guerrera, I'll go in and I'll wish list any of the ones that are not discontinued, because you can click on it and it'll say discontinued. If it doesn't say discontinued, if it just says that it's sold out, I will wish list it. And then usually once or twice a month I go, or once, it's like once a month or once every couple of months, not once or twice a month, once a month or so, I will go through my wish list and my wish lists, because I have them categorized by what kind of diamond painting they are. So I have like a fairies list, a witches list, Randall Spangler, dragons, like that. So I have them in categories so I know what I'm looking for. And it also helps me to find things when I need to go through and buy things for specific things. It helps me, right? So I do that, and I go through and I will look and I will see what's been discontinued and what is still available, or like just quote unquote sold out. As long as it doesn't say discontinued on it, it stays in the wish list. Once it says discontinued, it comes off the wish list, because then I don't think about it anymore. The only one that I would maybe, if I could find like a really good price on it, or I could find someone who was getting rid of it, which I'm not holding my breath on either one of those things happening, is Mandy Manzano did a princess panel of Anastasia, and I was gonna buy it. I had it as my like purchase next list, and I had convinced myself that it didn't work as a Christmas kit. I should have bought it. I should have just bought it. I probably wouldn't have been able to get Christmas Candy Shop if I had, like, it, because Christmas Candy Shop would have sold out. But I wish I had got the Anastasia one instead, because I can't get it anymore. So I had ordered my Christmas kits, and then like 2 weeks later, it sold out and they discontinued the kit. So if I could find that one, I would get it. But I know that Jada Gem Shop has some panel style fan art of Anastasia, so I may just buy those because they have a couple. She has a couple that I actually do want, that I have wanted actually since knowing about Jada Gem Shop. So I'm probably gonna get those because I know that I want them. Oh no, what is that? Oh, tweezers. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get those at some point. So very excited to try new shops this year. Come on. This is the only thing I don't like about tweezers is that they don't pick up around really well at all. Like, at all. Okay, so I think that's it for diamond painting stuff. It's kind of a ramble. So let's talk about reading, watching, listening to, playing, all that. So as far as reading, I'm listening to Business Casual. So I'm reading Business Casual. I'm listening to it as an audiobook, which we're not going to talk. Don't argue with me about whether audiobooks count as reading, okay? I just did a whole coffee chat about it, so if you want to go watch that, that went up on Monday. And I'm actually really proud of that video. But we just talk about audiobooks because I thought that we had left the whole, like, audiobooks aren't real reading in 2025. But alas, it seems we have not. So we did a little coffee chat. We talked about it. And my coffee chats have changed format. They're more of like a discussion forum at this point. They're more of a place for us to go and have what I hope are good and open discussions, because they used to be kind of check-ins instead. Like, they used to be more of a I guess like a check-in. I'm trying to think of how to even word this. They were more of a check-in, like a weekly wrap-up, I guess, like for my books. And that wasn't really working for me because I don't finish a book a week. I'll be real. Like, I am a very slow reader, so sometimes I'll finish a book a week if I'm doing a lot of audioing. But if I'm just reading with my eyes, like if I'm really in like an eyeball reading era, there's not a book to talk about. So I was like, how can I structure this so that we can still have like our weekly video? Because I like sitting in front of the camera and doing a weekly video. I usually film those on Friday. And then having those go up Monday morning, so y'all have something to like look forward to on Mondays. Which I started doing those on Mondays. That could change if Brittany and I can figure out a way to bring back Not Enough Spoons for Mondays. Then my Monday video will go up on a different day. The coffee talk video will go up on probably like Sunday instead. Because when we were doing Not Enough Spoons for Mondays, that went up on Mondays. So I'm hoping that we can bring that back because I have gotten some questions about it. I'm hoping we can bring it back. So if Brittany is watching this, girl, let me know. But we're both so busy. Like, we both have so much stuff that's going on that it can be a little bit hard to coordinate. So we will, I don't know. I hope that we can bring it back because I really did love doing that with Brittany. But if you have any topics that you want me to cover in Coffee Talk, let me know, and I will do it. I have next week's topic already picked out. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I have next week's topic already, and I'm excited for it, actually. We're going to talk about ways to, well, I guess I'll tell you. We're going to talk about ways, I'm not going to give you a lot of detail, but I think it's going to be a video about ways that we can read books for free, and kind of trying to get away from things like Audible, because that is a goal for me personally in 2026, is to try to get away from Audible. And Audible is hard to get away from because they do so many books so many audios that are exclusive to their platform. They really have the monopoly, y'all, on like audiobooks and also ebooks, because yeah, we're going to talk about it in the coffee chat, because I have had people ask me why I've said that like I'm trying to get away from Audible, but I'm still using Kindle Unlimited, and it boils down to the authors. So that's what we're probably going to talk about in our coffee chat this next week. And I'm really actually excited for it, because I do think that it opens up a discussion forum. And these coffee chats aren't to tell anyone how to read, what to read, what services to use or not use. This is literally just my opinion. But the coffee chats give me a spot to talk about things in a, I guess, like a more controlled way, without it just being random videos. And you can choose to watch them or you can choose to skip them. It's really up to you. But I'm hoping that it will help to open up some conversation. So yeah, I've been reading Business Casual. I did get the audiobook from the library through Libby, and I think this might be my favorite book of the series. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because it will be in its own vlog. Well, it's going to be with a bunch of books, but it's going to be in a vlog. And then I also restarted When the Moon Hatched. I think I'm in my fantasy era, so we're gonna read that. I'm reading that on my Kindle though, because it didn't go super well for me. I really like the audiobook, but there's so much world building, I don't know, and the writing is sort of flowery, and so I was having trouble following what was actually going on in the audiobook. So I'm going to try to get past like 150 pages, maybe into 200 pages. And then I might try the audio again, because I really did like the narration of the audio. I just had trouble following the audio. So we're reading that on my Kindle. And then, so what is today? Tuesday is when I'm filming. So when you see this, Wednesday, I will be starting The Kiss of Deception with Margaret. We're going to buddy read The Kiss of Deception over the next like 5 days, which that one I'm doing on Kindle as well. I do have 2 Kindles, so for anyone who's wondering, I do have 2 Kindles, so I think what I'm going to do is Kiss of Deception will be what I read straight away in the morning on my little Kindle. I am trying to sell my little Kindle because I don't use it very often, but I'm kind of glad I have it right now. But we're going to do that, because The Kiss of Deception, I don't remember what the actual series is called, but the whole series is on the entire series is on Kindle Unlimited. So I was like, well, I'll just grab the first book and read that. And I'll be able to like do it that way, because I wanted to get the audio, but the audio is on a pretty long hold at my library, and I couldn't find it on Hoopla at all. Like, it wasn't available on my Hoopla. And yeah, my library has it, but I think it was like a 6-week wait or something, and I don't have that long to wait. So I put it on hold just in case it comes through before we finish, like in the next 5 days. Because I'm pretty sure it's YA, so I think it would be easy enough to follow. And I read Kiss of Deception a few years ago, but I don't remember enough of it to move on to the second book. So I'm just going to reread it, and that'll be fine. And if I have to do it all on Kindle, that's fine, because they're all on Kindle Unlimited. I kind of wish they had the audiobook included, but they don't. So, and I don't want to spend money or a credit. I need to actually buy more Libro.fm credits, because then what I would do is I would just buy it on Libro.fm, because I'm pretty sure it's on Libro.fm. So I need to actually work on that over the next couple months, just getting a bunch of credits in Libro.fm, and then when I need a book. Checking Libro to see if they have it. The Dungeon Crawler Carl books are the only ones that I'm really willing to spend Audible credits or Audible money on, and that is simply because you can't get them anywhere but Audible, because they are an Audible exclusive audiobook. So that's what I've been reading. Watching, I'm just doing a rewatch of Grey's Anatomy still. I don't actually know where I'm at in that. I think season 2. I'm gonna look for y'all real quick. Let's see. Season 3, actually. I'm farther into my rewatch than I thought. So I'm on season 3, episode 9. From a whisper to a scream. So I can't really tell you a lot about what's going on because it's 3 seasons in. But Netflix has 21 seasons available to watch, and I don't know how far into this I'm going to get. I stopped last time at the COVID seasons. They just didn't really hit for me, and so I stopped watching once we got to COVID seasons. But I may try to watch all the way through. I don't know. I also prefer, like, the original cast. That's the other thing. And I do count, like, technically we get a new batch of interns. I think in, like, season 9 or something. But, like, technically we do get a new batch of interns. Where, like, because all of our our OG interns, so Alex, Izzy, Meredith, George, that batch of people, oh, and Christina, of course, they move to, they become who they are, they become not interns anymore, because you can't be interns forever. They become residents, and we get a new batch of interns. So I like that next batch of interns that we get, and that next batch of residents that we get, because, like, our original residents are, like, Derek, Derek's wife, whose name I can't even remember right now, Mark, Bailey, like, all of them, right? Those are our like, original residents. And then, so we do get a new batch of interns that I do like. And we get new interns, like, throughout the seasons. It's just that eventually we lose enough of our OG cast that I started to kind of lose interest. Like, it started to feel like a different show to me. But yeah, I'm gonna see how far we get in. I get well past, like, the musical episode, and there's some, like, pretty big tragedy that happens that I get pretty well past. But this will only be my second rewatch ever. But I didn't start watching Grey's Anatomy till 2019. So, and then I started from, like, the beginning. And, yeah. So, that's what we're doing. And I don't exactly remember where I left off, if I'm honest. I know who had perished by the time that I stopped. But I'm not going to share that on here in case, like, you've never seen it and you want to watch it, I don't want to give spoilers. This show has been around for a long time, though. Like, a long time. But, yeah, I'm doing a rewatch of Grey's Anatomy. And that's really all I've been watching other than, like, YouTube. I've been watching YouTube, of course. But I've been watching less BookTube and more CraftTube. Like, I've been watching a lot of diamond painting YouTube. So, yeah, like, a lot of WIP and chats and stuff. And then listening to, I haven't really been listening to anything. I listen to a lot of music. But I haven't, and I have been listening to the Hustle Sailing podcast, but she has it on YouTube now. So that actually counts as YouTube watching for me, because I've switched to watching the Hustle Sailing podcast as opposed to listening to it. I just prefer to watch. If I can watch podcasts on YouTube, that's what I prefer, because I feel like it's more interactive if I'm watching it. So there's that. And cozy games. I need to buy the Princess Peach Showdown game because I've now played the demo so many times that it's insane. And I've been playing Wildflowers again. So I'm on like my 7th game, but I kind of play it and then I put it down. I also have been trying to get back into Animal Crossing because we got a new update for that. So I've been trying to get back into Animal Crossing. I really lost my mojo with Animal Crossing when they told us that like we weren't really getting any more updates, so like I'd given up on it because I was like, okay, well I don't really want to play to the end of the game and then that's it. So I had stopped playing Animal Crossing after playing it for like 2 years straight because I started playing Animal Crossing when it came out in 2020. I bought myself a Switch Lite simply to play Animal Crossing and Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I really just played the crap out of both those games. But Disney Dreamlight Valley, I am back into playing that now that like they've worked out a lot of their bugs. Because the issue with Disney Dreamlight Valley when we first got it was I got it when it was in beta, and baby, it was rough. Like it was a really rough game to play. Now it's way more fun because things actually work. So like getting rid of like the thorns and stuff that you have to, like all the magic and everything actually works. When it first came out, it did not. So I've had a lot of fun with that, and that one's like a sim. It's like The Sims meets Disney, and I don't know, it's fun. I really like that one. But those are the games I've been playing. I need to get back into Tiny Bookshop. I do like that game, but it does take a bit more concentration for me because you have to actually like read the descriptions of things. So I can't usually play that and listen to an audiobook. And then Legos. I know the next Lego sets that I would like to get. I started doing Lego on Christmas Day. I built my first Lego set on Christmas Day. And I'm like obsessed with Lego. Like it's all I think about, honestly. And it's not going to replace diamond painting by any means. We're going to finish this section and then we're going to be done, friends, because I'm almost done with this section. Yay! Anyway, Lego is not going to replace diamond painting for me. I don't even think that you're going to see a lot of Lego on this channel. You might see some like B-roll of me like building Lego. I might do some short form content, like reels or shorts of like time lapse of me doing Lego, but it's not something that I really want to monetize. I just want to do it to do it. And they have a bunch of Wicked Lego sets, and I want to get as many of those as I possibly can when I can, because I don't foresee them being around forever. Like eventually they're going to retire them, you know. So I want to get as many of those as I possibly can before they retire them, because I love Wicked, if you didn't know. And yeah, so there's like a cat, there's the Wiz, Welcome to Oz, I think it is, one that they have, but they have like a bunch of them, smaller sets, and then they have some bigger sets as well, and I kind of just want all of them. And the big one that they have at my Walmart is on sale right now, so I really want to get that if I can. But yeah, so Lego, that's another thing that I'm wanting to do. And there's a lot of Lego sets that I would love to do, but I have found that I'm going to be very picky about the Legos that the Lego sets I actually choose to build. So this section is completed, friends. We finished a section just in time, actually, because I have to go get Ari off of the bus. But that is really all that I have for this Whip and Chat. Let me know if there's anything else that y'all want me to talk about in Whip and Chats, because I definitely could add things if you wanted me to. But yeah, so this is cool. Sorry, friends. Okay, this is the section that we completed. Here, I will probably gonna try to edit that camera falling out. Okay, so this is the section that we completed, and I'm going to move on to this section here. And yeah, I'm going to just complete this row, and then we're going to move on to our next, probably move back to my other diamond painting, so throw that off. But thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this WIP and chat. And yeah, that's really all that I have. So thank you so much for being here. Welcome to all of our new friends that we have on the channel. These go up every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so that's when you'll see this. And all my links are down below, Patreon and all of that. I am currently working on a Patreon exclusive video, which I'm so excited for. It's a vlog, and I'm really excited for it. So if you want to be able to see some extra bonus content and get an extra reading sprint every week, Patreon is down below. Memberships will be available very soon. But until then, I will see y'all very soon somewhere else on the internet. Bye!